Hey, my Legion, how y'all doing today? I got a review of two things. Um, the main thing is Ouija Shark 2. That's what you see. It's on the screenshot of that. And also a documentary I saw about John Candy last night. So I want to do the Ouija Shark 2 first, then the John Candy thing. Uh, what happened was I remember seeing Ouija Shark a long time ago. I heard about it just by accident, right? It was on Tubi TV. I watched it. I really enjoyed it. It was good, goofy fun, and traditional low budget wild eye films releasing. And then they had a year or so later, I remember seeing a trailer for Ouija Shark 2, and it looked really awesome. I mean, in a low budget way, with two monsters fighting a shark and a giant alligator, and they're both puppets, right? They're both puppets fighting, and a whole bunch of other really goofy stuff, and it looked like a blast. And there was some other wild eye releasing movies like Noah's Shark, Jurassic Shark 2, and also what was it else? There was stuff like Noah's Shark and Cocaine Shark. Those were all kind of lousy. Cocaine Shark had a couple of funny parts in it. But Ouija Shark was a blast. It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. I was really looking forward to seeing Ouija Shark 2. And then I remember seeing a trailer for like a year or so ago. I always wanted to see it. Waiting to see it on Tubi TV. And finally, I found out it was on there a couple of days back. I finally saw the whole thing. Um, it's a lot more ambitious than the original Ouija shark. Was like really like a cheapo one, but a giant shark puppet chased people. It was funny. This one, Ouija Shark 2 actually got 5.1 on IMDb. I'm shocked. Usually get like a 1.7, 2.1, or 3.1, something like that. The problem is it focused more on Anthony. And that was the guy that was like on his metaphysical plane that could fight the Ouija. He went to like heaven and was fighting Ouija Shark in the original one. Now he does the introduction and he's in hell. And there's this guy named Kandoru that controls the Ouija Shark. And you see the Ouija Shark a little bit throughout that part. And it's a puppet. And there's a scene where they do a song and dance number. I love that girl in the bikini. She's so cute. And basically most of it is like trying to find out what happened to Anthony, his wife, and this other girl, Alicia, um, who was like a fortune teller type, trying to find out what happened to Anthony. She goes looking. She finds out, and then she goes back talking, and they're trying to get Anthony out of hell. That's mainly the most of the movie. And I thought the movie would be like 70 minutes or 72 minutes. It's a whopping 81 minutes, which is like Cleopatra 2 or 3 hours to like Wild Eye releasing. But Wild Eye released teamed up with Survival Zombie Films, so I think they helped give some more money for a little bit more elaborate special effects. Not very elaborate. It's still low budget looking, but it looks like they tried to do a lot more than some of the other ones. They're kind of lazy, like Close Count of the Third Shark. Very lazy. And they're just trying to sell the movie on just the title alone. I mean, I saw it, I watched it. It was boring. This one wasn't boring, but it doesn't take. It takes forever to get to the good stuff, and then like 53 minutes into the movie, it gets really, really good. It starts getting fun. Like 53 minutes of the movie, it turned to like Godzilla with like there's a giant alligator. When a Kendora controls the Ouija shark, and then the other guy Anthony found out he can control this giant alligator called Gator, right? And they have them they came over, they have them fighting, right? Like giant like Godzilla type things. I was gonna say Gamera, but they did a Godzilla in joke towards the end. I would say Godzilla, but they did something they did on the Gamera cartoon, on the Gamera where the monsters fighting now. That was a lot of fun. It still looked low budget, but it was fun though. And they had people telling jokes, and also all of a sudden you see Lloyd Kaufman in like a little scene with some of the Tromettes, which was really cool. Uh, and then that goes on for like 20 minutes, and it kind of, and then there's like a It's like they ended with the last line with like a in joke, which is cool. And then they have a scene, mid credit scene, end credit scene. So watch it all the way through. The end credit scene's kind of funny. Uh, but it wasn't as much fun. I mean, it wasn't as much fun or as funny I thought it was going to be. But most times, just pissing around with him being in hell and stuff. And finally, taking 53 minutes to get to real good stuff. But for what it is, it's pretty. It's better. It's more. They actually did something different. It doesn't mean it's not silly. Not like I just wish it was funnier. If I give it a 7 out of 10, they had more of that fun stuff, that 20 minutes of fun stuff, and it was funny. I probably would give it a higher rating. So I give that for that. I mean, but there's like stay all the way to the end. It's on Tubi TV. I found Puppet Shark is on Tubi TV too. I gotta watch that sometime. I just found that out too. Okay, now on to the John Candy biography. Whenever I saw on YouTube last night. Whenever I remember when he sadly passed away during filming Wagons East. I remember Bill O'Reilly came on and said John Candy is dead like that. And I was like, oh man, we were bummed out. I was bummed out. I like John Candy. I'm a big fan. And also, like Wagons East was his last movie that he was working on. Then he did a movie that he completed a movie called Hostage for a Day when they saw on Fox. That is the very last movie that John Candy did. He completely did, and that was very good. That was one a very good movie. But he talked about his life, talked about like SCTV. He talked about a couple things I didn't know. He bought a football team. I didn't know that. He had a syndicated radio podcast. I know he had the cartoon Camp Candy. I watched that. I remember watching that when I was in the army. That was on NBC for a while because they had that and they had the Rick Moranis one. The Rick Moranis did a voice in. But the John Candy thing was very entertaining. I give it a full on 10 out of 10. You learn a lot about the guy. I'm a big John Candy fan, so like 45 minutes. So hope you like this review of Weed Shark 2 and that biography about John Candy. So until next time, everybody, please take care of my legion.